Hello and welcome. This is Grant Hughes of Grant Hughes Investigates on YouTube. This channel evaluates all aspects of true crime. As you are aware, videos and live streams in this genre often discuss elements of crime that may be disturbing to some viewers. If necessary, take the precautions needed to avoid these feelings. Factual information related to cases is the key to fostering rational true crime discussions. Fortunately, you will find that here. Please hit the like button only once, share the video, and subscribe if you like my content. Thank you very much for watching. Well, I don't see any dogs there. Maybe there's something. Well, what's going on? Had our moderator meeting today. Not the biggest turnout in the world. You would think people that are moderators would be like, oh yeah, let's do that meeting. But nope, didn't happen. But at least I got there, I was there. Yeah. Well, how's it going? What do you mean you couldn't get in? You just click on a button and you're in. There isn't. It's not complicated. Let's see. I don't know where the dogs are. Trying to figure out what I'm missing something. Oh yeah, make that smaller. Yeah, I put a video out today and I deleted it because there was only, it had 1,100 views after 4 hours. I mean, are you kidding me? And it was dropping, like at the time it was over, it was 100 views an hour, and that means it's just collapsing, you know. So I'll try to upload it tomorrow, see what happens. There's no way in hell that you have that few. Maybe the thumbnail wasn't cool enough. It needs to be something, you know, something that really catches people's eye. You know, aliens landed. Well, actually, it's just a video on a timeline. So if I put it out tomorrow, I'll make sure to watch it again. Yeah. But I think you guys really need to go out and share my videos. When I make videos, you know, go out and share them with other people and other groups, etc. It just feels like, you know, people watch and then that's kind of it, you know. And sharing it on your individual Twitter page doesn't really, that doesn't do it, you know, unless you've got like 10,000 people that follow you religiously or something. Herb Baumeister's bodies. Oh yeah? Okay. Good for them. Yeah, it is, because people look at the thumbnails and click on it. You know, if you don't have the right thumbnail, it looks kind of boring, they just don't do it. I think it's a huge element, actually. If you think about it, when you're just kind of skimming through YouTube, and like the cool thumbnails are the ones you click on, right? Oh, there goes my stomach. It just went, oh. Yeah. Yep. Alright. So, it was basically just me and Play-Doh. But it's always fun talking to Play-Doh, so that was good. I have to start whittling down the number of mods. Alright, so we're gonna, let's just see what we're gonna, I was just gonna go over this this old cold case that I have from a long time ago. That probably never gets talked about. But you could tell that the family wanted answers, but they never got answers. And that's from 1978. This guy right here. Dale Johnson. Unsolved homicide victim from Everett, Washington. Yeah, so this is kind of creepy. This one, it says the Snohomish County Sheriff's Office today was investigating the death of Dale Johnson, 23, who was shot Saturday night while talking on the telephone to the Snohomish County 911 dispatcher. Johnson said there was somebody in his house. The dispatcher promptly sent a sheriff car, then asked Johnson for more details. Then there was a gunshot. Johnson gasped. "Oh my God," he said. The telephone fell and there was silence. 2 deputy sheriffs arrived at, so I guess we can, that's pretty creepy. I mean, that's like one of those movies. Let's see, so it's 616 Southeast 12th Street, and I think this is like in Everett, Washington or something. Yeah, what did it say on that first one? Everett, Washington. Maybe somewhere around here. Hey, thanks, Hammer Maiden. Six one six Southeast 112th Avenue, Everett. I don't know if that where. Maybe that's it right there. This one seems to exist. It says Southwest at the end. I don't know. I hate the way the state of Washington does their streets. It's always like 2 numbers. You know, it's way better when you have a name on the other street. So over there it's like 612th and 138th. Anyways, back here it says the 2 deputy sheriffs arrived at the house at 616 Southeast 112th Street within 2 minutes of the call, but Johnson, an aircraft worker, already was dead with a rifle bullet in his chest. Police are working on the assumption that Johnson was shot by a burglar he was reporting, but there was no sign of a suspect, no witnesses, and no nearby neighbors, according to Snohomish County Coroner Robert Phillips. An autopsy was scheduled. Then there was an article, just the next day, I guess. So he worked, victim rifle believed used in 911 murder. Rifled. Hey, thanks, Kami and Cheryl. A Boeing machinist who was shot to death Saturday night told police dispatcher that he thought someone was still in his house, a Snohomish County Sheriff's detective said today. Someone was still in his house? What do you mean? Told a police dispatcher that he thought someone... Oh, okay, so he came home and thought there was still somebody in the house. Seconds later, Dale Johnson, 23, was shot once in the upper chest, apparently by the intruder he telephoned police about. Police speculate that Johnson returned to his home at about 10:10 p.m. Saturday and heard a noise in the house. He was seeking help when he was gunned down, apparently with his own hunting rifle. Thanks, Jessica Schubach. Detective Ben Duncan said the rifle, believed to be Johnson's, was found near the body. All he told dispatcher was that he thought Detective Ben believed to be Johnson's was found. So the guy went in his house and found one of his own rifles and shot him with it. That's crazy. All he told dispatcher was that he thought someone was in the house. Well, what about, couldn't he have done it to himself, I guess? All he told dispatcher was that he thought someone was in the house. Duncan said it was unknown if anything is missing from the home. Coroner Robert Phillips said a single bullet found which nicked an artery caused Johnson to bleed to death in minutes. The bullet from the 7.5 millimeter hunting rifle passed through his body. Sheriff deputies arrived at the home. Oh, that is it. 616 112th Street Southwest. So that's this one. So I guess there might have been maybe there was a house there before. Yeah, this is 2005. 1990. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the house was removed after that, but it was right there. And that's south of Everett within minutes, but they found no trace of the assailant. Duncan said few clues have been uncovered so far. I wonder if they could have done it. I mean, sounds kind of weird. I mean, but maybe he did it to himself, made it look like there was, I don't know, that sounds ridiculous. Mystery still haunts us. I have just finished reading the last of 6-part series on the unsolved murder of Patty Berry. My heart goes out to her family. I can truly say that I understand what they are going through, because as they are nearing, this is 1999, looks like a family member wrote this, because as they're nearing the 4-year anniversary of Patty's murder last February 18 marks the 21st anniversary of the murder of my brother Dale Johnson. If you have not had to deal with the murder of a loved one, you cannot know how it feels. It is much different than from an accident. When someone intentionally takes the life of someone so closely connected to you, the family is victimized along with the person murdered. When this is compounded by the mystery of who would do such a horrific thing, not only to your loved one, but to all the people close to you, it remains forever an open wound. In 1978, when my brother was murdered in his home, I was 16 years old. It changed my life forever, taking away what was left of my 16-year-old innocence. Murder was uncommon in Everett, and I certainly never imagined it would hit my close family. School became surreal as I tried to go quietly about my business. It looks like it continued on. Let me see if I can find that. Let me see, what did I type in there? That was unsolved murder Dale Johnson. And then I don't think there was a date. It's actually Washington State. Is that pin? I want to read the rest of that one. I don't know why I didn't see the rest. Let's see. I have just finished reading the last of the 6. Ah, there it is. And so I guess it continues up here. Okay, cool. So it says, I was 16. It changed my life forever. Taking away what was left of my 16-year-old innocence. Murder was uncommon in Everett, and I certainly never imagined it would hit my close family. School became surreal as I tried to go quietly about my business, and yet wanting to scream out with the pain of what I was experiencing. My friends didn't have the life experience to know what to do to help, and there was no offer of counseling or support. Nothing made sense, and there were no answers in sight. Even today, after 21 years, I still wonder who did this and why. Who thought they had the right to take my big brother away from me, my brother and sister, and especially my parents. You cannot imagine the impact on our family then and the haunting even now. Like the detective said in the Patty Berry story, someone out there does know something. Perhaps it is the person who would least expect to know and yet not say anything. Several details surrounding Dale's murder and its investigation don't make sense, and that makes dealing with it that much harder. Getting information from the Snohomish County Sheriff was next to impossible. It seems there had been some changes regarding the investigating detectives and rank, so I was never sure who, if anyone, was really in charge. There are similarities between Patty and Dale. Both lived in a manner that led people who didn't know them to pass judgment on them, and Dale, like Patty, was a wonderful person, deeply loved by friends and family. This story was brought back so many of the details of the aftermath of Dale's murder. He was shot in the chest, and according to the coroner report, bled to death in no less than 18 to 20 minutes. Who was with him when he died? Did they comfort him? Did he know his killer and feel the betrayal of a friend or other trusted person taking his life? Why wasn't more done in those last minutes to save his life? Like Patty, Dale should not have had his life taken at such a young age. The differences between the two murders are also great. Dale's investigation seemed to be written off as soon as it started. I feel confident saying that there is no sheriff detective who pulls up beside a handsome dark-haired young man in a Jeep with twinkling blue eyes and a quick smile and says, "I wonder, is that what he was like?" I hope Patty's family is still not waiting for answers after 21 years. For me, it has been hell. I would like to thank the Snohomish County Sheriff's Office for pursuing cold cases by use of, this is 2009, somebody's still writing in there. Information about 52 of the unsolved cases on file. I would also like to thank the Herald for printing each of these cards, along with a bit of information regarding the case, and the Stillaguamish tribe for printing the cards. I hope that they might spark memory that will lead to one or more of these cases being solved and laying to rest some unanswered questions. These questions are extremely difficult for the family members and friends of the victims. I know this because on February 18, 1978, my brother Dale Johnson was murdered. The murder remains unsolved, and his cold case was featured recently in the Herald. I very much long for answers to our family questions and hope that someone will do the right thing and contact the Snohomish County Sheriff's Office with information regarding his case. I know that someone out there has information that would be helpful. I can hardly believe it has been 31 years. In some ways, it seems like it was an eternity ago. In other ways, it is painful and as raw as it were just yesterday, as if it was yesterday. I still love and miss my brother, as does all of his family and many of his friends. Please help us solve this. And again, thank you to all who have been involved in bringing these cases into the light. Yep, so if you're somebody out there and you actually know the answer, maybe you come forward and, give the family a break, for God's sakes, Thanks, this account, and Wendy Van Rokel. So you guys know when I do these shows, I loathe, saying, hey, everybody, if you can help support the channel. I seem to do that every single night. I don't like doing it. And I know you guys, everybody out there works hard, to get your funds and everything like that. And all I ever say is, like, if you can afford it and you can help support the channel, that would be great. But I don't know how to do it on a nightly basis without, people say, Gray, you shouldn't bring it up or talk about it or anything like that. But if I don't bring it up, how does it happen? It's one of those things that's difficult. I could sit here all night and just stare at this, be doing the show, and if I don't mention it, then, I'm just not really sure what to do, people say, yes, do the show, just do the shows, and it'll all work out, and it doesn't really work that way. So, I don't know what you guys feel like you want me to do. Some people don't mind, some people care. I'm going back to doing the thing where I gave away the notebooks, or something like that. Like if you donate 5, you get a pie wedge. For every 5, you get an extra pie wedge. So if you donate 20, you get 4 spins, etc. Hey, Zozo. So I'm just, I don't like it, and I know and a lot of people don't like it either, because it's like, oh, the pressure. So, what do you guys think? What should I be doing? Let me know. Thanks, Zozo. Hello. I asked a question. My God, you guys. Hello. Yeah, it was fun. Yeah. I can't afford to give out the hoodies or anything anymore, but if I give out a notebook or something like that,
stress balls, pens. Oh, but also, no, I don't. Sure, it helps my channel out too. You know, that the whole thing is when I'm doing it, you know, like I give away a huge amount of the income, but also it makes an income for the channel. You know, but the thing is there's nights like I could do a night and there'd be 0 if I didn't say something, because I've seen it where it's just like, you know, 45 minutes in, you know, and then oh yeah, you know, so. Would it just be like less times that I would say it, mention it at a night, like, you know, at the beginning and then halfway through and then that's it? Or because, you know, sometimes I'm trying to get to the goal, you know, because I have the goal set, knowing what it takes to get to, I've been trying to do videos. I mean, hopefully you've seen that I've done a huge uptick in videos, trying to make up for the, you know, the difference that used to be in here, you know, and it is case related, by the way. I mean, I've absolutely proved that, so it doesn't matter if, yeah, but the problem with the spins is I can't really do the spin giveaway unless we brought in a certain amount, right? It's like, oh yeah, let's say I get $30 and I have to do a giveaway. I mean, what a waste of time. I mean, I can't do it, you know, but it used to be where it didn't really, it was always easy to do that. Yeah, but that is part of the stress though, Zozo. I mean, it's hard to enjoy something when you're spending so many hours doing something and there's just, you know, I mean, would you, let's say you love doing construction work, but that was kind of your job, right? Would you just go, yeah, I'm just going to go out and build people's homes. I love building homes, and the hell with making an income. You know, like, I don't think people think like that. You know, even though I love doing it. I love looking into cases and all that shit, but it's just one of those things where, you know, there's a lot of people that rely on this channel, you know, at least our DNA fund, we got the scholarship fund, we got this and that and the other thing. Yeah, banner on the bottom. What would the banner say? Also, Plato mentioned something about maybe a banner or something that rolls by, or I don't know. Alpharam, I've been able to get kind of a consistent-ish income. That's why I've been able to keep donating too. But what do you mean, put it on the back burner? What does that mean, Charisma? I mean, you mean, no way. Jesus. What's Super Freak? What is that? Yeah. Yeah, maybe something like that. I don't know. Oh, you mean the little wheel thing? Oh, Super Freak? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that. It was like the stream boss, you mean? The stream boss? I mean, are you guys actually into that? Doesn't seem like anybody really gave a damn about that. Well, you're probably about the only one that liked it. Their link, tree information, and the organizations that you support. Yeah, but then, if you put the names of the organizations you support, then those trolls will say that you're using the charities, the name of the charity to raise money. And really, I just give at the end of the month to different ones that I want to give to. Yeah, I mean, there are months where, if it's a really popular case, like there was about 10 days in a row recently where it did pretty well on the ad revenue portion. So my ad revenue this month is almost similar to Super Chats, but Super Chats isn't really that great this month, so I'm not sure. I'm just wondering if if I just did it a couple times a night or had something on the screen or something. It's hard to not, that's part of, sales is asking, hey, everybody, if you want to buy this or help support the channel, buy the notebooks or, send the super chats with a question. I mean, there's channels out there that they don't have to say a damn thing, and people ask questions in the super chats, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And so it's like, how do you get to that? It was kind of cool a few nights ago where people were actually doing that for a little bit. I liked it. I liked answering questions that were, because that's what they're for. They're literally actually for having a chat that the person that does the show sees and then reads it on the air. Now, what does that have to do with anything, Charisma? You're starting to sound more like a troll. Yeah. So let's see. Lots of ads came in last night, especially at the end. On a live stream? Yeah. Equals always be closing. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, just like the other night, you're like, hey, somebody, talking up a whole nother channel in the middle of the stream. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, my channel should be doing better than them, Charisma. That's why I'm comparing it. I've been doing this for 5 years. Well, that's not really truthful. That's a ridiculous comment. Let's see. So if you make less, well, I've thought of that already. We'll see how it goes this month. Definitely have to get some more into the DNA fund, for sure. But I'm just saying, here's a night right here where, you would be absolutely a struggle. Can't do it. Bring back the wheel, huh? Yeah. I don't know, Sherry, Jesus, what kind of ask an accountant. Jeez. Yeah, no, I make videos that are better than other people's videos. I know that Charisma doesn't want me to say that, but they just are better. They literally give you exactly the real information, and by watching it, you'll be smarter about the case. But yet nobody wants to watch the damn thing because they want to watch something that has a little bit of flair and drama in there. Okay? It sucks. It's disgusting, you guys. I don't know what to do. I'm not going to do that just to get the views. And I know that you guys like watching those people from time to time. I show up over there, and there you are. So I don't know. And I'll see a live stream, and I'll click in there, and I'm like, oh, Jesus. Look at all the freaks actually, woohoo, Nah, but that's what you're saying, DMs. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's not that way. If I do the night of Sebastian Rogers, everything's fine. Or the big, other cases, even with the same amount of crowd. And, I see it on other shows. Nothing's changed over there. You need to win the lottery. That's kind of a mean accountant, Sherry. Jesus. You need to win the lottery. So you spent the last few bucks that you had and bought lottery tickets. Mm-hmm. I mean, how do you not compare your, that's kind of like we're in a, having a YouTube channel, you're sort of in a, it's a business. You're comparing yourselves to other people that have other channels. You try to figure out like, man, what the hell's going on here? Yeah, well, that's something to think about. That's why I'm saying Wild White. So if I had just quit doing live streams altogether and made like 2 or 3 videos a day, I could probably do it. But I wouldn't do live streams ever again because I wouldn't have time whatsoever. And I get way more subs, and when I make videos, I get like 100 subs per video, etc. I just can't afford to do live streams if I make videos. Can't do it. No, I'm serious. It's honest to God truth. You have to do I'd have to make 2 or 3 videos a day that got maybe 4,000, 5,000 views each. Well, more than that. You'd have to get 6 or 7 on each of them. And then I could probably be something similar on here, but then how would I have time to do a show? Yeah, do makeup and stuff. Right, I know they're not about true crime, but why do they get rewarded for it, Harley Rider? That's what I'm trying to say. And look at right now, we're talking about this, and this is going to be one of the slowest nights I've ever had in my life. And it's just kind of the way it is these days, No, I've got to always keep giving part of the income. That's what I do here. So we've been doing it for 4 years. I'm not going to just sort of stop. Yeah, it would suck, wouldn't it? But, I mean, look at this. If you were me, would you be able to do live stream? Here's the thing. When I do these shows, and I'm sitting there and I'm watching an hour go by with not one super chat, it's like a soul-crushing feeling. God, not one person out of all 400 or 500 that were watching thought, man, this stuff's good enough for, here's $10 or something, right? And so it's just a shitty feeling doing the live stream sometimes, especially after doing it for so many years and then seeing it where it seems less appreciated after all the time. It should be more appreciated. I've been sticking here, still doing the shows every single night for years. And so that's the feeling I get. And people wonder, why do you say something? Why do you say that? Because I'm just thinking, man, if somebody just did one super chat of thanks of some kind, it would have this momentum feeling in my head, right? It's a shit. Just picture doing the same thing. Okay, imagine having a food cart, and you're selling. My product is the show. And you got this food cart, and these people are, every single day, they're lining up. They're all sitting there, and they're buying your food. And one day they say, yeah, we don't have any money. But then they're still making the food and giving it to all of you guys to eat. But they're sitting there, and then one day they go, I can't even afford to have my food cart here anymore. That's exactly what it's like. It's a perfect analogy. Unfortunately, people don't get it, but it is. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's tough. Yeah, that's why I don't want every single person every single night, but it'd be cool like if people rotated around or something like that. Yeah, make the videos during, like that was kind of cool the other night. We worked through it, but then I put the video out the next day, and nobody saw it. The video that I put out today, you want to know how it started off? This is what it did. It had 900 views in the first hour, which is not good. The second hour it had 400, and it went 300, 200, 100, and just done. It was completely done. Nobody was watching it. Yeah. Well, I don't know why you feel guilty about it. I say every single time, if you can't afford it, don't send in a super chat. Okay? I'm not sure what you're feeling about. Maybe it's because, I mean, what would make you feel guilty? No, they don't, Alifair. They only give you 3 notifications a day, and for some reason they stop doing it. Like they quit recommending you. It's horrible. And for no reason at all. Hey, thanks, Ivan Victor. Everyone is feeling it. Yeah. Yeah, I could imagine it's stressing you out because you can probably see that I'm stressed out, right? Like I'm stressed out about it. And then you probably feel it. Yeah, I mean, I tell you what, if these videos I put out got like 20,000 views or something, it would make a big difference. They don't. I'll make a great video and it gets 10 if it just struggles in for the 10, you know? And I don't know what it is. And then on Facebook, I tried to, you know, put my videos for the cases out there in the different groups related to the cases, and I got like whatever you call it, put in Facebook jail because a couple of them, you know, didn't want the video on there, and then it's like now I can't even post. I'm just screwed, you know. I don't know what that means. Little puppy paws. I do premiere videos all the time. This account. What are you talking about? Every video I put out is a premiere. Right, that's what I mean. Like if I didn't do live streams, you guys would be watching the just total dipshit drama channels on a nightly basis, you know, just over and over again. You know, and drama's on both sides. So even if you're the one that's calling out the negative drama, that's just a drama channel too that provide absolutely nothing for humanity at all. Even if you consider them to be the good person. There's nothing happening. Nothing gets done. There's no nothing solved. There's no educational purpose. There's nothing relevant to it. And yet that's what works, man. Yeah, so I don't know what to do differently. Like, you know, I tried to have that little goal ticker, you know, like that thing that was the like this thing right here, you know. Like that's tonight right there. But you know what's even worse was like when it's sitting there on the screen and I know everybody sees it and it doesn't budge. So that's also a negative thing. right? Like that's a negative feeling in my brain. Now, if I said, well, I just won't care, and people think it just flows naturally, if you like just are having a good time, and all of a sudden all the super chats would start. I don't agree. It doesn't work that way. You know, it used to, but not anymore. I mean, it didn't used to. Well, before it was kind of like, you know, at the beginning of the pandemic, the economy wasn't as shitty for some reason, even though nobody was working. I don't think so, Wild Wyatt. That's why, like, you'll have a night like last night and the night before when you're covering a case that isn't really compelling to anybody, you can't get to the goal. Whenever you cover the important... See, Alifarium's always just... Doesn't matter what anybody says, he always agrees with something negative. Let's see, that Dolly stuff. Yeah, like that Dolly guy. What in God's name is that? It's ridiculous. I could actually say, I could put a title that says, I found Sebastian Rogers, and I get 800 viewers. You know, that's the weird part about it. Like YouTube would find a way to not get that out to anybody. Yeah, see you later, Alifarium. Yeah, you're always just, everything you say is negative, never quite, never accurate. You don't really care about that. In fact, we're always having conversations about that in emails. And other things Alifair said. Of course. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Well, we usually have 300 or 400 people watching. Not tonight, maybe, but, you know, that's just what I put down. Well, they're never going to fix my side. Doesn't matter what you say or do, they're not going to do it. I have to get like a miracle case. I mean, that video that I just made, you know, should have been seen. You should have got at least like 7,000 or 8,000 views today. Instead, it froze at a 1.5 thousand. I mean, it literally froze. And I just said, screw this. And deleted the video. And I'll try the same video tomorrow and put a better thumbnail out there. Maybe an alien spacecraft or something like that. No, I don't think you would if you just posted a video somewhere. I put my one video in, like, I was putting them in like 4 or 5 different groups of the same case. Huh? Well, see, the reason people are scared, Harley, is when they make idiotic comments like you just did. Yeah, that's when they should be scared. What are you talking about? God, people are just so ridiculous. It's almost mind-boggling. Yeah, you can't access it because I deleted it. Yeah. It had so few views that it wasn't worth my... I spent literally probably 10 hours making that video. I don't get notifications most of the time. I have to purposely look for your channel. Right, exactly, Lisa Valenzuela. And by the way, why would somebody be scared to come into the chat room? You just communicate with the people in here. I don't even read 90% of the chat. I'm not even... I think it's just trolls that say shit like that. I have no idea what that even means. I've only not one notification since watching. Is your phone set for notifications? You have to have your phone set to allow notifications. You have to hit the notification bell and all videos, and then it works. I don't think so. Yeah, they spread it around. That's exactly right. That's what one of their lines is. You know. Well, that's what you said, though. You didn't say anything other than that. You said, people are scared to come in chat room, afraid to ask questions or make comment. Sorry. And obviously you're talking about this one. There's no other way to read that. Huh? You just read your comment again and tell me how it could ever be taken anything differently than what you wrote. CN. Just show our love and support with some constructive criticism. I think you're great, good human being. Just some shit you may want to change if your donation videos aren't blowing up. Well, no, but what would I change? Because there's nights where I'm just totally having a good time and everything like that, and it's just dead as a doornail. So it's not really true when people say, oh, if you're just in a good mood, it'll just, yeah. All that's set up for notifications, same as always. I don't know what's controlling anything. I know I don't fit into the demographic that YouTube likes to pump out. You know, if I immediately said I was trans or something like that, I'm sure I would get they put me in an algorithm, you know, or just something like that. If I went into some other thing, all of a sudden, I'd be in a different category. But I'm in the category of least, of them wanting to help out a white male. I mean, you ever see these channels that just pop up and they just all of a sudden take off like a rocket? They don't, and there's a reason. Unsubscribe, yeah. Sometimes you have to unsubscribe and then resubscribe again, and hit the notification bell in all videos. Yeah, I mean, I do. I call people out. You know, they come in here, you know, you're covering a case, for example, like Madeline Soto, and people are just trashing Jen. You know, maybe someday she'll be trash worthy, but there isn't anything currently that we know that allow people to just say, oh, what a pile of crap, man, this lady should be. I just think it's so ridiculous, you know. It's embarrassing to watch. People type that stuff in. It's not what we do on this channel. It's very disheartening to see other freaks type it in when over the years they've been the one, you know, so pleased that we didn't go after the one guy because they didn't do it. And now you're one of those people, you know. And it's embarrassing to me because I feel like I have shown you guys that kind of reality over the years. And this is a case just like that. You know, I get of being upset about, you know, letting them sleep together, that kind of thing. But to sit there and say, oh, she should be charged with this and that. And, well, you don't know the manipulation that these guys do to people like her and the children. right? And we've read through that, and it still doesn't seem to have an effect on anybody. They just keep going. No, I'm not saying it's embarrassing for me. It's embarrassing to see you guys, some of the freaks, just trashing a person with no evidence at all. It's disheartening. It's like, wow, all those years this went down the drain. What do you mean road trips to where? I don't know, man. I'd be scared to go on a road trip now. I feel like if I went on a road trip, I would just be bleeding cash on a daily basis. I think like 2 years ago, if I went on a road trip, the freaks would all take care of everything, and every night would get super chats and we make it through. But I think if I went to like the trial in Indiana at this point, no way, man. You guys it just doesn't feel the same like that. If I go to that, it'd just be for, hope. I don't know what you're talking about, Jessica. I love that all the things you do for the community, but what I love the most is how you protect families and victims and stick with the facts. Yeah, I try to do that. There's cases out there where it's kind of obvious what's going on, etc. I don't know where all the old freaks are. Like, I haven't seen Mag in a while. Stacy doesn't come around. Haven't seen, I don't know. No idea. Haven't seen a lot of them. Jesus. Yeah, probably the worst day to recommend discuss another channel there. Huh? I used to do cold cases all the time. I just, what's amazing, you guys? When I go through these old cold cases I find, and I look it up, I've covered it. I don't even know what one I haven't covered. I just did one before, right now on the show tonight. You must have missed that at the beginning. Yeah, and I don't know where Scouting Dude is. We just gave the, got that stone for his kid and everything, and I think he's working on some stuff regarding his kid and military and all that. Okay. Yeah, we all have a lot of cold cases. I don't think he was able to do the walk thing. They had to stop it almost immediately. I think he thought he felt kind of weird because he couldn't, but I was like, why do you care? This kid took his own life not too long ago, and the military, they seemed like they kind of knew what was, he was feeling a certain way, and they didn't really do anything. Right, man, right. He's not healthy, is he? Who? I was hoping his journey would help. Yeah, he doesn't need to worry about doing the goal or anything like that. Now my goal is different. Hey, look at I attached those paintings to my brick wall back there. Pretty good, huh? I think I need to drill a hole through the wall and then put where would I put that? maybe just off to the back there, my YouTube plaque. I don't know, Sherry, you're asking a lot of questions, you know, like, just, if you haven't been here, then don't worry about it. Okay, we've had him up here, he's talked about it. I don't really feel like talking about his personal health stuff. And I mean, they have stuff where you can do a partnership program or whatever, and mention a product or something. You know, say stuff like, "Oh yeah, he's suing Netflix? Ah, come on." Why, did they make him look bad or something? Yeah, when nobody asks you to answer the question, though. Come on, Sandy Shirley. Jesus, I just said, let him tell it if he wants to tell about his physical thing. Now, when was I on there? They asked me if I wanted to be on for a different case. It was the one where the transgender person killed, like, their mom. Maybe we should look at that one. I don't know what the deal with that one is. Killed somebody, like a family member. I had it sent to me like a week before that, but I just didn't look at it. Her mom, yeah. I don't know, DM. I don't know. Yeah, but I was on there way before 2 days ago. I mean, that was like a week ago. At the least. I think they just kind of repost stuff. Yeah, I've been on that show probably, I don't know, 15 times now or something. I mean, I've been on there many times for Madeline Soto. I was on there for Delphi. I was on there for Naomi Irion, and then also the can't remember the guy with the tire on the road who got shot. Yeah, I'm over. Karen Reed's just like, oh jeez, give me the highlights. I'm not interested. I would just be so much time to create something that, given YouTube, who knows if anybody would even see it. Yeah. So, I don't know. I'm not sure. So you guys think, I mean, is it okay to mention trying to raise on the show like 1 or 2 times a night, or just don't say it ever again? You just sit there and you just, or what's the way to do it? I mean, I need something where like people think about it or something. I just can't say it like, I don't want to be it like, I think what it is, sometimes I get frustrated. Maybe that's the part that's I should try to get rid of, Yeah, it's a little bit better today because I didn't spend the whole 10 hours before the show trying to make a video. Yeah, well, I don't get mad at everyone. I'm just, it's just really disheartening sometimes, Yeah, I don't know. It's hard to just, when you say go with the flow, You know, how do I go with the if a night brings in like $35? How would I go with that flow? Yeah, I mean, people like agree with it, but I mean, how does that work? Yeah, that's why I mean I can't do the show for that. Do you understand that? To spend the whole day doing that? I don't know if they do or not, Cindy. They don't give a nickel to a soul though. See, on here we do a lot of great stuff over the years, and even have some other ones. Yeah, right. That's what I want to try to figure out. Like, what's something to do? You know, maybe I could put that little guy back in, the Super Freak. You know, it was called like the Boss or something. I could maybe do that. Is it still in here? Yeah, wow, look at that. Oh yeah, so it does have, but that must have been from like yesterday or something. Weird. That does have today. Hey, is that going to switch over? Let's see. Oh yeah, because it has. Oh yeah, look at the number over here. Hit points 300,000. Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, that means it hasn't ever been reset. Here, let me reset that and see what that does. Yeah, but I think some nights, though, Zozo, people don't think about it. That's the thing. You know, there's times where, like, for like an hour and a half, and then you say it, and you go, "Oh yeah, that's right." You know. Oh yeah, maybe something like that. Charisma, that makes some sense. Like have my own get Mary Lou to come up there. That'd be kind of funny. Maybe I do my own and then, yeah. And thanks K-Me and Ozzy Trisha. Now let me go. I'm gonna see if I can reset that boss thing. I want to see what that looks like. I forgot it. Stream boss, right? And reset it. Heck, I don't even remember. Well, how does this work here? Setting. All right, I'll just leave it like that. I'm the boss. I don't know. I haven't used that for so long. I don't even know where I put it. Right. Maybe like that. Because that one's kind of cool because it has everything in one little package, right? It has the Super Freak. I don't know. We'll have to see what happens when somebody... I'm not sure how to get... How much is that worth? I guess you have to put in... Is it damage per subscriber? Damage per donation per dollar. How about we do like 1,000 points? All right, let's see if how that works. Start using clickbait thumbnails. Yeah, I think the thumbnails on videos, I think that's what I really need to figure out. I don't want to do clickbait thumbnails, but I want to make a thumbnail that somebody wants to click on. You know, I kind of want it to be like legitimate. All right, so is that going to take away that should take away 5,000 points from me once that kicks in there, Cynthia N. Let's see. I mean, I don't know what Zozo's saying. It used to be kind of like that, where you could just kind of go with the flow. But the thing is if you don't mention it, people aren't thinking about it either. A lot of times. And so that's kind of why I originally came up with, if you put that on the screen, the goal meter. You know, how would that work? TV clips on your channel for people to watch. Do I just clip it from... Yeah, maybe. I think I can probably do that, actually. I could just make a video out of it, about it, like, hey, there's Jessica Schubach. Okay, yeah, it's affecting the boss thing there. I'm still the boss. I think I'm going to get rid of the handle on my... See there how there's a handle on my magnifying glass? And I've been trying to think of a different GHI, like... And I've made it before. I showed you guys where I combine the G and the H and the I, kind of making a little shape thing. Although, I don't know, I kind of like it like that. It's kind of like FBI. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've made some shorts. Maybe I could do something where I like I mean, they say to use like shorts to promote a video coming up. Like you could do something that's a cliffhanger, like, oh my, and you go, and he traveled up here. Whoa, what did he find? You have to come check out my next video to find the answer. You know, that might be a good something to do, like a little advertising thing, but. Yeah, I've got a magnifying glass, but I think if I got rid of the handle of it, it still would, you know, it would still be a magnifying glass. Yeah, you subscribe to a lot of channels there, Cindy. What do you mean, Zozo? I have nights where I go over completely different topics. Did 2 nights ago. Didn't talk about everything was totally different. It was like 4 different cases. But what do you mean? I don't know what you mean. Ah, Jesus. Oh, you mean not even regarding true crime? Oh, okay, yeah. Would it still be like investigating something else? But whenever I try that, like if I talk about politics for more than like 10 minutes, people just start bailing left and right because it's so divisive. Well, thanks, Debbie Mitchell. Yeah, you'd hope so anyways. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it seems like the Super Freak's too hard. It's not set up right. Let me see. Is there a different setting? Oh yeah, damage per super chat. Oh yeah. Let's see. If I save that, what happens? Oh, there you go. Okay. Now I set it for 1,000 points per dollar. Yeah, RX Girl is only on True Crime for true crime. So what would I be talking about on those other nights? I don't know. It's the same thing. Salem. I know the answer. Right. Everybody's a sucker for the scandals. That's why they go watch the drama channels every single day, 24 hours a day. It's kind of sad, actually. Let's see. But, yeah, I mean, people like those, I guess. It's so funny. When I met with Plato today, I had her make a face to put up on the screen to look at me, like as a message, like, Ray, don't do that, don't say that. It's so funny. She's got this scowl looking at me. Why? Into what conspiracies, Lindsay? Yeah. Well, just watch Stephen Stearns. He did the whole weekend at Bernie's all by himself. Well, I've done that before, Jessica Schubach, but that doesn't really help, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah. If I said respond in a super chat, they say, oh, that's not fair, Gray. Remember when we play the newspapers.com game? And that's 4 super chats only? And Zozo always types in a question anyways? You know, it's like the newspaper.com game got where people weren't playing anymore. Or it's not really a game, but it was sort of interesting. People would come up with stuff that actually existed. You know? Yeah, there's a hearing coming up. That trial is going to be for a long time. The hearing that's coming up soon in the Koberger case is to determine a trial date. But you know that's not going to be hard fixed date. Yeah, I kind of like the logo the way it is too. You know, sometimes I look at it like that. You know? We need somebody to test out the Super Freak up here though, because I think I just changed the setting. Okay, let's see what this one does. This should take it down to 5504. I see 7504 down there. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Like that down here. To Cobble Beach on Newport. I don't live there. I'll tell you what's really cool is you go down to Arch Cape, right at, you'll pass Cannon Beach just before the tunnel, and there's this really cool beach that hardly anybody goes to. The Super Freak is, you beat out, like right now my name's there, but if you beat out the, you know, there's hit points, there's 7,504, and I think I just changed it to where $1, it takes off 1,000, and then as soon as you take out me, then you stay up there until somebody takes you off of there. And everybody keep those positive vibes for Lisa Wilkerson. Apparently she did her chemo and was doing okay, and then the third day it kind of really hit her, so you know, put those vibes out there. Yeah, right. Well, heck, look at that. Lisa Valenzuela. Well, I'm going to turn on the streamlabs. I got to hear that. Oh yeah, see, it did work. It went down to 5,514. So this Lisa Valenzuela should wipe that out, and her name will be on the screen, I think. Yeah, and I think it actually changes and puts her little cat will be right where GHI is and everything. Well, it's going to be the avocado too, man. It's been a long time. Well, thank you. I turn it back on. Let's see if we can hear it. I like the idea that who was it that came up with that? About the ads in the middle. Like if I just had my little thing, a spiel that I play, I don't have to say it myself each time. I mean, I think it still needs to be mentioned, but I just can't make it where it's like that part of it takes over the show, you know. It's still waiting. You guys, I don't know what it is, but there's like this long delay with the super chats, and it'll come on here in a minute. There it is. Look at that. So you already popped you in there. Now Lisa Valenzuela is the super freak, and then somebody would have to send in $10 to take her off. But now we're still waiting for the on-screen Streamlabs. Hopefully it'll. I have it turned on, so come on. Man, what's going on? It takes so long. But it seems like it would have already played right when that popped over like that. Let me switch it over to here and see if it comes on this screen. I don't know. Where is the avocado dance? I might have to force Streamlabs to play it. Yeah, and then look at that. And so, Sherry Wilson, thank you very much, actually ate away into 5,000 of Lisa Valenzuela's points. So let me just, I think I can go play this. Let me see. Alert box, super chats. Oh, they changed everything up. Oh, variations. Okay, here it is. Right there. Can I test it? Oh yeah, there we go. I'm testing it. There you go, Lisa Valenzuela. You can't see it, but oh, it changed out the super freak thing. Oh, it's adding those to it. That's lame. Even though I'm testing it, add it to the stream. That's stupid. Add it to the stream goal there.
This is a test super chat message. This is.
Yeah, I think those haven't been working. I gotta figure out what's going on with them. But yeah, look at it. Added the test that I put on there. It added to the total there. How stupid. Oh well. Can you change your name to Sherry Wilson? Why? What does it mean, Ima? What's Ima mean? Now, anyways, maybe we can take a look at the where'd it go? Oh yeah, the sort of the update in the Noah Presgrove. Thanks, Ivan Victor. So what's weird is we're only at 120 now, but it's strange how it added in a test super chat amount actually added to the total for some reason. Kind of dumb. Kind of weird, huh? So now there's somebody named a fake Kevin on there because that was the test. So I guess you can't do the testing in the middle. I'll have to figure out why they're not playing on the screen though. Oh. Well, maybe that's why. Hold on. I might be able to fix this. I'm going to try to fix I have the wrong thing in there. That's wild. The wrong URL is in the... Let's see. Copy. I'll put that over here. Alright. I'm hoping that works now. We'll see. But maybe it'll work. So I guess if somebody sends one in... Well, I know it's black, Mustang, because I'm doing something. Man, you're taking over Cindy's spot tonight. Pointing out the obvious. Yeah, let's see. Ozzy Trisha, thanks so much for the advice. We'll definitely be asking the doctors. About what? Man, every time I give you advice, you go, screw it. Let's see. Hey, welcome. Aslovin. That's a cool name. Aslovin. Is that an actual name? Or is that like a pseudo, like a name, just like a pseudonym? Hey, thanks, Ozzy Trisha. Have to go pick up my medication. See you next time. Take care all. All right, let's see if it... that should take over the super freak, I think. And I want to see if it... Oh, I heard it. I heard it on the screen. Didn't you guys hear that a second ago? So let's see. This should be the Chewbacca coming up. I didn't even notice. Well, thanks, Debbie. Jeez. I mean, have you guys ever seen, you know, like JLR? He makes like 4 videos a day. Just keeps going bing, 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 bing. Like as soon as he gets onto a case, he inundates the airways with like every video, and there's no thought put behind him at all. But it's weird how it just sort of takes over the algorithm, you know. And I can't do it like that because I actually think about mine, you know. I put effort into it. I don't just stand there with the phone pointing it at my face, pointing at something, and waving people, you know. Yeah, no, that's the part that's frustrating. I mean, how do you compete with that? You know, just... Come on, where's this last one? See, oh, good, now it works. Okay. So if Lisa Valenzuela had done it now that I fixed it, it would have worked. Okay, good. All
Have
right.
to go to pick up my medication. See you next
Sorry
time.
about that, Lisa
Take
Valenzuela.
care all. Heart.
But thank you. All right, you want to do let's just do the update on Noah. Yeah, right there. Yep, so remember this is the party house right there. The party house right there. And then somehow he ends up right over here on the side of the road. And now we have this interesting situation here where you've got this guy, an exclusive man who discovered Oklahoma teen Noah Presgrove's naked body on desolate highway, breaks his silence. But it kind of doesn't really solve anything. The driver who first stumbled upon the body of a teenager who mysteriously died during a wild party has broken his silence. Noah Presgrove, 19, was wearing only shoes when his body was discovered on a desolate stretch of US 81. So he only had shoes on when he was discovered, and we knew that. He was last seen alive about a mile away at a mile away, I think it means from a 4-day 22nd birthday party with friends over the Labor Day weekend. It says away at a. It's just dumb. A Gulfmark Energy Field Supervisor Tyler Hardy was the first known person to find the teenager's body and called 911 at 5:53. But 5:53 is way later than some of the other kids that said they saw him. And they say that he was wearing black shorts when they saw him. Hardy spoke to local cops at the scene and said he was interviewed 3 times by Oklahoma Highway Patrol detectives, probably because one of Noah's friends said, hey, no, he had black shorts on. So then they're trying to go like, hey, are you sure he didn't... I was the one who found the body, so yes, I can say 100% that nobody messed with Noah. Like, I don't know how you can say that, because you found him at 5:50 something, and the other students are referring to him before that. You know, so sort of interesting. Why is he saying that? You know, you're the one that reported finding him, right? Maybe the other ones didn't report finding him. The married father of 2 was driving south in darkness to an early shift when he spotted something in the headlights of his Ford F-150 work pickup truck. He pulled over to take a closer look and realized he was looking at the body of a young man dead by the side of the road. Hardy said Presgrove's body was lying in the fetal position, totally naked except for the mismatched shoes, with a pair of white shorts lying on the road about 25 feet away. Crucially, Hardy said there was very little blood at the scene, despite the teenager's massive upper body injuries, including 3 skull fractures. A medical expert told DailyMail.com that with the injuries detailed in Presgrove's autopsy report, there would have been a lot of blood at the scene. Many friends, family, and local believe Presgrove didn't die where he was found and was instead killed somewhere else and his body dumped on the highway. Yeah, I mean, it does make sense. I mean, my thing is that he died doing some rambunctious stuff like he was doing earlier in the evening, and they just placed him out there out of fear, and they're covering that up. But then there's other people who think it's more nefarious, like maybe he was trying to get with one of his friend's girlfriends, and then that person killed him. And one of his friends actually said that he thinks he was killed. Let's see what this.
Come on. Yes, Shady. Come on, Shady. Oh! Damn.
This range, I will fucking. Dude, I'll just beat the. Kyle was talking about that hit me.
Wait, I'm actually bleeding out. I would just rather, I don't know where.
No, you slapped me. I slapped you.
As far as I can.
I don't think we watched all this.
Trust me. I trust hit me. I trust hit me. Then. I trust hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Go ahead. Obviously, I wasn't going.
Music in it.
Which one?
Yeah, hand
We got
it.
it. You see my wiener? Country pimp. One-on-one. Mike Tyson. I know.
Yeah. Oh, Jesus.
Who are you going to tell? The royal family?
Wait, so that's actually somebody that disappeared? Actress Laura McCulloch's final Instagram before vanishing. She disappeared? What's that mean? Or is that a joke, or?
I wouldn't count on that family to snuff out a rat.
And Hardy stayed with the body as a Oklahoma Petroleum Allied semi-truck. He had been behind, turned around in Terrell, about 2 miles south, and came back to the scene. I called it in, and so did the truck driver. We were on the phone with them at the same time. We did not leave the scene until around 10 a.m., and nobody was messing with anything. Right, but you're not. But how do you know what happened before you got there? Less than 10 minutes after both he and the truck driver called 911, Presgrove's best friend, Jack Newton, arrived. Jack was the only person who walked up to Noah. So this person's saying that Jack person got there later. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Newton also told DailyMail.com that there was minimal blood at the scene, only little coming out of his ears on the top of his head, where part of his scalp was torn away to the bone. Presgrove's best friend called his father, Caleb Newton, at about 6:05 to break the news, and he hurried to the scene about 40 minutes down the highway from his home in Comanche. By then, police had arrived at 6:18 and covered Presgrove's body with a tarp sheet and folded the shorts by the side of the road near his body. Why'd they do that? Jack said he woke up ready to go fishing and was told his best friend was missing. I figured maybe he got a ride or something. Noah's done that before. They were going to go fishing at 6:15 in the morning when they're just absolutely wasted, like at 3, and I mean, I don't know, man. He was not one you usually worry about. I wasn't really thinking about it. Jack was supposed to go fishing with his father that day and texted him at 5:53 a.m., coincidentally the same time as the 911 call, letting him know he was on his way. I'll meet you all at the lake. Can you bring me a hat, please? Someone messed with mine after I went to bed, he wrote. Jack assumed Presgrove was fine and left for the lake, driving north until he saw the semi-trailer and pickup by the side of the road. There was no extensive skull fracture running across his head, splitting the middle base of the skull into two. Splitting the middle base of the skull into two, and two smaller ones with police investigation. It's almost like somebody ran over his head or something. He was naked. I was only wearing unmatching shoes. There was a pair of shorts found several feet from the decedent and was reported to be his. Were they black though? Additionally, there were 3 pieces of white metal chain as well as part of a tooth present several feet from the decedent. Arcaros noted there was a drawing in black ink of a stick figure person on the side of the right thigh. The shorts he was wearing were undamaged despite the grazes on his buttock, so he was probably nude when that happened, and the slip-on shoes had grass and other debris lodged in them. Presgrove had a blood alcohol level of 0.14. It's pretty high there, but no drugs in his system. Confronting photos of police chalk outlines showed his teeth were found scattered across the highway. So anyways, this guy says nobody did anything, right? But, you had one of these friends, he wrote something like, my name is Caden. I was the owner of the red Cherokee and the owner of the other gray something. Hey dude, the other shoe found on Noah's body. I know you all might have many questions to ask me, and I will do my best to expose all the people lying about Noah, aka spreading misinformation and saying stuff that isn't true. I haven't been active on social media because I've only been talking to people who need to know, the police, the family, and the detectives. I did not want to come on here due to people twisting what I will say about this. From the start, I've told, this is from a while ago, this thing. I've told the God's honest truth and nothing less. Noah is my friend, and I can let all these people keep on lying about him. I was woken up at 5:15 due to Jack bursting through the door of the house, alerting everyone that Noah was dead. Right. Now if we go back up to on here, this was 5:53. That's when this guy drove by. Right? So this is way before. See? That's where there's a problem. What's funny, Honeycomb? Are you okay? Are you stoned or something? What's going on? What's happening? Was dead. I woke up 3 boys. Okay, at 5:15 due to Jack bursting through the door of the house, alerting everyone that Noah was dead. I woke up 3 boys and looked for my hey dude for about 2 minutes, ending up not finding it, so I went with 1 shoe and ran to my red Jeep Cherokee and drove a mile down the road to where a white semi and a white service truck was. Well, that's interesting. So that means he must have his time wrong at 5:15. Because those 2 trucks were already there when he got there. Okay. We were there for about 2 to 5 minutes before being told that we needed to leave. Noah was wearing black shorts when we showed up. So then you'd have to be accusing the truck driver, you know, are they the ones that hit him maybe? I mean, maybe that's the thing, is that the truck drivers and then hit him, but what would the shorts have to do with anything? What do you think about that, Zozo? He's saying right there that he ran into those same trucks. That's so weird. Why did it do that? I'm gonna have to start over. What are we at? 133.49. Okay. Okay, that's the actual number right there. That's not what I'm saying, Zozo. I'm saying right here, I mean, this guy here might be just, the guy that I'm messaging, he might be the one that's full of crap. Because look at right here, it said, Noah's my friend and I can't let all these people keep on, but right here, so this Jack guy, the fisherman, you know, the guy that wanted to go fishing, he came in at 5:15. Well, here's the thing. Well, see, here the problem now is right here. He ran to my red Jeep Cherokee and drove a mile down the road to where a white semi and a white service truck were. That's exactly the same vehicles that this guy's talking about right here. Look, so he just has his time wrong. Because, you know, he got there, you know, he has 5:15, he's woken up, gets his shoes on, la 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 la. And he get down there. I bet it wasn't 5:15 though. I bet it was 5:30 or something like that. I mean, he literally says another truck drove by and then came back. And he says that, well, I'm reading them right now. I'm just reading the ones that you gave me again today, but I had before too. You sent me those a long time ago. But see, he's referring to the same exact trucks that found his body when he showed up there. So when he's saying, oh, he had black shorts on, then that means you're accusing the truck drivers of, you know, removing the shorts from him. Because he said that they never left his body. Anyways, so right here it says 5:15 due to Jack busting through the door on door of the house, alerting everyone. Hey, thanks, Lil Puppy Paws. Ending up not finding it, so I went with one shoe and ran to my red Jeep Cherokee and drove a mile down the road where a white semi and a white service truck was. We were there for about 2 to 5 minutes before being told that we needed to leave.
Did the autopsy say how long he was dead?
I don't remember. Noah was wearing black shorts when we showed up. His body, let's see. Do you remember that? Does it say that on there? I just think he was nude at some point. And I think he died somewhere else. They just sort of put some shoes on him. I mean, who knows? Maybe he was drunk and put the shoes on. And somehow he died, but, you know, the truck driver said he was nude. Just how the cops found him. So how did somebody take his black shorts off if it's true that the guy writing this message got there after the people who found him found him? See, they found him, right? And they said he was nude. So that means somebody would have had to put shorts on him in a short amount of time for this friend to see the shorts on there and then remove them again. Or could it just be that the friend didn't see it the way it was? He seems pretty adamant about it, but... I don't know. It said truck and a semi. That's exactly what they said right over here. I mean, his friend truck might be white too. I don't know, but Noah was wearing black shorts when we showed up. His body was tampered with, and I will stand by that in court and any tests. When we go back to the house, everybody went back to sleep like nothing happened. I stayed up the whole time thinking to myself how and why. Oh, I don't know where the other half of the one. Ah, crap. Why does it look like that's so weird? I don't understand this. These screenshots. Oh yeah, okay, now it's in there. All right. So then I guess it keeps going down here, back to sleep like nothing happened. I stayed up the whole time thinking to myself, how and why did this happen? Because at the time we were under the assumption he got hit by a car. Stop spreading lies and misinformation on this. How would you like it if it was your family member or friend in that situation? I'm sure that you would feel the same as I do. Call me a liar. Whatever you have to say won't change the truth. So is the truck driver in on this then? I mean, that's just crazy. The video that clearly shows officials at the scene unofficially, the video that breaks the narrative being pushed by certain families, the video that shows Noah wearing black shorts and them being removed by law enforcement. Huh? Well, that's crazy. I mean, the video, and then so is this truck driver covering for the cops then? I mean, now you're getting into this deep conspiracy theory. For what reason, you know? The video that shows Noah wearing black shorts and them being removed by law enforcement. The video that shows that twilight was not even occurring during the filming of the video, which changes the entire timeline. The video that shows people at the scene hours before 911 was called. This is why I called it the video, because if the person reading this had the video, they would know what I meant. They would know what it meant. But see, but isn't it get a little bit I mean, you have a massive conspiracy now. You have to believe that the truck drivers, when they got there, they saw them in black shorts, but are changing their story because law enforcement took off were the black shorts the ones that were folded up though? I mean, that would be something interesting to know. Were the black shorts folded up next to them? All right, so somebody else is almost a super freak. Why would they remove the shorts? Yeah, exactly. Why would law enforcement need to remove the shorts in the video? And what do the shorts mean, I guess? And the cops said, what shorts, you know? So if they're saying what shorts, and the truck driver said that he wasn't wearing shorts, but he really was wearing shorts and they were taken off, then that means the truck drivers are covering for law enforcement, right? See, it just kind of doesn't make sense there. And what's the pointing at Jack. Presgrove's best friend arrives soon. Is that their vehicle right there? Yeah, and wouldn't you just release that video stat? Like, here you go, everybody. Here it is. Here's a video, and sort of this UFO-like video that may or may not exist. You would just put that out right now because it would disprove something. And it's safer. Once it's out, you're safe. Why would you hide something like that? Hey, thanks Jessica Schubach, and you just showed up as the new super freak. But you've always been a super freak. I don't know. This case is weird. I mean, these guys are all drunk and stuff. I mean, he sounds really certain, this guy. And let me see. I've actually messaged, just to let you know. I mean, I didn't just drop the case at one point. I mean, I've messaged somebody. I'll just read his comments without saying his name. Although, you know. He said, I do not think I was awake when this ATV accident occurred. 'Cause remember the ATV accident earlier in the evening? And I'm sorry, sir, but I can't say what I think happened since it can't be used. It can be used in court. I've told the police what I think happened and the families what I think happened. No disrespect towards you, sir. And then I said, okay, it seemed like he was nude at various points at the party. Do you think he would have just grabbed the black shorts and one of your shoes? When you saw him in black shorts, why did that send off alarm bells to you? And he said, it didn't send off alarm bells until the police told me they have no clue what I was talking about, as if they were removed off of him before they got there. See, that's the whole thing, right? I don't know. I don't even know what color. Were they white shorts that were folded? And they showed me a picture of him, and he was naked with white shorts behind him. Well, there you go. With white shorts beside him, and I instantly knew something wasn't right. And I said, so you're certain he had on black shorts when you got to the scene? And these messages are from, when the hell was this? May 24th. He says, I am 100% sure, sir, and it comes down to it. And if it comes down to it, I will be willing to go to court and do a lie detector test. Well, you should do it. Why do you think someone would want to take his black shorts off of him? Seems like you could come up with a million plausible reasons for someone at a party like that to have on any pair of shorts. And I said, thanks for replying to me. I appreciate it. And he said, no problem, sir. Then 3 or 4 days later, I said, do you think someone actually killed him, or that he died accidentally and it was covered up? I had a brother die in a fraternity and they all covered it up. Maybe it's something like that. And he goes, he was killed. And that's it. That's pretty crazy, right? Yeah. So there you go, you guys. That guy right there, the same one that's actually it's probably the same person up there, but he said, yeah, he thinks he was killed. But I don't really get the whole white shorts thing. I mean, look at, isn't it weird though too, a little bit, that this guy in here said, the driver who first stumbled upon the teenager mysteriously died during a wild party has broken his silence. He said, Hardy spoke to local cops multiple times, 3 times. I was the one who found the body, so yes, I can say 100% that nobody messed with Noah, and I was the first person there, he said. I know who and what I saw. Which is exactly the opposite of this other guy, who said when he got there, while this guy was there, so the time is different, but he describes the same. So let's try to match this up better here. So let's see. It's like he pulled over to take a closer look, and okay, he married, father of two, when he spotted his headlights of his. So he has a Ford F-150 pickup truck. He pulled over to take a closer look and realized he was looking at the body of a young man dead on the side of the road. Hardy said Presgrove's body was lying in fetal position, totally naked except for mismatched shoes. So he doesn't wear, he's not. Ah, jeez. Just read the rest of it, okay, Ginger? You can see it on the screen, right? Man, you guys. You can hear my voice too, right? He pulled over to take a closer look and realized he was looking at the body of a young man dead by the side of the road. Hardy said Presgrove's body was lying in the fetal position, totally naked except for mismatched shoes, with a pair of white shorts lying on the road about 25 feet away. So he saw those too, you know? So here's the thing. He saw the pair of white, the white shorts. This guy said that. Hardy said Presgrove's body was lying in the fetal position, totally naked, except for mismatched shoes, with a pair of white shorts lying on the road about 25 feet away. So this guy's story, if you believe the other person, is covering up for police for some reason. And that's hard to believe. What possible motive would this guy have for doing that? Was there anybody at the party that had family that's part of the cops? I thought that was part of the story. Hardy said Presgrove's body was lying in the fetal position. Again, and crucially, Hardy said there was very little blood at the scene, despite the teenager's massive upper body injuries, including 3 skull fractures. So I could see him being put there. I've said that for a long time. A medical expert told Daily Mail that with the injuries detailed in Presgrove's autopsy report, there would be a lot of blood. Many friends, family, and local believe Presgrove didn't die where he was found and was instead killed somewhere else and his body dumped on the highway. Hardy stayed with the body as an Oklahoma Petroleum Allies semi-truck. So here we go. These are the two. So just keep that in mind for a second, what we just heard right here, right? A Ford F-150 and a Oklahoma Petroleum Allies semi-truck. He had been behind, turned around in Terrell, about 2 miles south, and came back to the scene. I called it in, and so did the truck driver. We were on the phone with them at the same time. We did not leave the scene until around 10 a.m., and nobody was messing with anything. All right, so then we go back to this here. Where the hell did I put that? Let's read this one again. My name is Caden. I was owner of the red Cherokee and the owner of the other gray Hey Dude shoe that he was wearing. I know y'all might have many questions to ask me, and I will do my best to expose all the people lying about Noah, aka spreading misinformation. Kind of makes you wonder about this guy now a little bit. Just saying. Yeah, I'm serious. It's a little weird, you know. I haven't been active on social media because I've only been talking to people who need to know, the police, the family, and the detectives. I did not want to come on here due to people twisting what I will say about this from the start. I have told God's honest truth and nothing less. Noah is my friend, and I can't let all these people keep on lying about him. I was woken up at 5:15 due to Jack bursting through the door of the house, alerting everyone that Noah was dead. I woke up 3 boys and looked for my Hey Dude for about 2 minutes, ending up not finding it, so I went with 1 shoe and ran to my red Jeep Cherokee and drove a mile down the road. So it's interesting that Noah has on one of this guy's shoes that's telling these stories here. First, we were there for about 2 to 5 minutes before being told that we needed to leave. Noah was wearing black shorts when we showed up. His body was tampered with, and I will stand by that in court. When we got back to the house, everyone back there... Where's the part about the... Noah's my friend, I can't tell. I was woken up at 5:15 due to Jack bursting through the door of the house, alerting everyone that Noah was dead. I woke up 3 boys, drove a mile down the road where... Oh yeah, there it is. So, it's right here. Look at this. I got to my Jeep Cherokee and drove a mile down the road to where a white semi, which is the Oklahoma Petroleum Allies semi truck, and a white service truck. So that's likely the Ford F-150. We were there for about 2 to 5 minutes before being told that we needed to leave. Noah was wearing black shorts when we showed up. So, it's kind of weird, you know. I mean, did the service truck people hit him? But why would they need to change his shorts out, you know? What they say matches what the police saw when they got there, but it seems like the scene may have been manipulated. Let's just throw out the possibility of the scene being manipulated before the cops got there, but then after the petroleum and the witness who found him, they said he was naked with white shorts sitting next to him, just like the police saw. However, when this guy here drove to the scene and those same people were already there, he said he had black shorts on. So if you believe this guy right here, if you believe this guy writing this, then you have to believe that there is like a cover-up going on. But yeah. So who's going to take Jessica Schubaugh off the list there? I had my top teeth knocked out when I had a wreck. So you think that which one do you believe, Zozo? I said like 4 things. So you'd have to believe that the truck drivers and the cops covered up and really took off the black shorts, and the truck drivers, the witnesses, are all making up a story for the police. Well, I already read the other one, right? This one right here. This one. The video that clearly shows officials at the scene, unofficially the video. That one, we read that. Yeah, I know. I also read the second half of the other one already too. Yeah, we already read that a minute ago. We already read this one. We read the second half. Ending up not finding it, so I went with one shoe and ran da-da-da-da. Noah was wearing black shorts when we showed up. His body was tampered with, and I will stand by that in court and test. When we go back to the house, everyone went back to sleep like nothing happened. I stayed up the whole time thinking to myself, how and why did this happen? Because at the time we were under the assumption he got hit by a car. Stop spreading lies and misinformation on this. Okay, well, I don't have them then. I don't have what you're talking about then. You didn't send me the screenshots. I got 2. And that's it. Alright? So how would I have that one? I have 3 screenshots here. I just read another one by... Yep. See, you guys, this is what I was talking about earlier. You see how this is on the screen right here? This thing? This little goal and everything? And this is what I was talking about. See, in my brain, I don't know how to fix it, when I see it just sitting there, and people know that it's sitting there, and it doesn't change for like 45 minutes. That's where I go, huh. That's where it feels weird. All right, let's see. Man, I seen him on scene. God, if these people could just write. Man, I seen him on scene. I found him. He wasn't beat him on his face. He wasn't beat him on his face. God, I hope this guy didn't graduate from any school at all. I mean, this guy. And the cops ruled out him being beat. But Justin, you know, I'd really tell the cops if I knew anything. I went to sleep early because I was going fishing with my dad. Jack, I know what a beat up face looks like. And the back of his head was smashed. And what time is early, bro? How early? I went to bed a little before 1. He passed away around 4. Right. See, I think he died and they dropped him off there. I've said that from the beginning. And I think he was probably exactly how he was found. He was, you know, I don't know, man. I don't know. Is there another truck and another semi that were there at a different time? And I walked away from the house around 3:30, according to everyone there. But I seen him. He wasn't beat up. All right. I don't know. You'd have to have a whole nother semi truck and a whole nother, you know, it just doesn't make any sense. I don't know. But does he really know it was 4? You know? Yeah. And maybe, you know, like the other guy's wrong, right? He says 5:15 they came in and said, oh, he's dead. And he drove out there and it's only a mile away, so he would have been there by like 5:30. But the truck and the other car were there and the semi were there at 5:53, and 911 already been, it was called that late. So what was he looking at? A whole nother set of, I don't know. I think a lot of them are messed up in their time frame. Yeah. Yeah, well, here's the thing. I wouldn't be shocked at all if this friend here did something, you know, or they did something rambunctious or something happened and he died and his body was placed there. The whole black short thing, I think, is Molly Tibbetts' red shirt. Okay, I don't think that is, I even though this guy is absolutely adamant about it, I feel, I mean, I'd like to see this video everybody's talking about. But if you believe that he was wearing the black shorts, you have to have a massive conspiracy theory to make that a reality, where all of a sudden the police are the ones that took the black shorts off. The driver of the semi and the pickup truck that were there, they knew that the police did that, but they're telling the public that no, he was nude in fetal position with white shorts over there because they're covering up for the cops. That's ridiculous. Okay? Yeah. Do you believe in the cover-up conspiracy, Zozo? Why? Who is it? Is his dad a cop or something? This Jack guy, is his dad a cop? No, that's not a good thought, Debbie Mitchell. We already know that. That was already part of the story. It wasn't something she just came up with. We already went over this case before, and there's a thing where he was like trying to get in bed with this girl, and she's like, "Ah, no, get out of it," you know. That was part of the original story. It wasn't like she just invented it right there in her head. Even though she wrote it that way. I'm wondering if he was in bed with somebody's girlfriend. Even though it's actually in the articles. But nice try, nice try. Let's see. Ah, come on. Don't you remember the first time we covered it? Anyways, kind of late now, you guys. See, the Super Freak thing isn't working. I gave it a shot. I'll try it, leaving it on the screen for a while, see what happens. But yeah, there's white shorts that were at the scene, and apparently the cops got those and folded them. I'm not sure why they would do that. That's a little odd in itself. I immediately noticed that. Wouldn't you leave the shorts exactly where they were for forensic reasons, instead of folding them up and placing them? He's a friend. Yeah, he's like apparently his best friend. But anyways. All right. Well, there you go. That's the update on that. Back to square one. Absolutely nothing really going on. And thanks to Amber Maiden, KB, Cheryl, Jessica Schubach, this account, Wendy Van Rokel, Zozo, Ivan Victor, Ozzy Trisha, K-Me, Cynthia N, Jessica Schubach, Yabba Dabba Doo, Wendy Van Rokel, and Lisa Valenzuela with a cat eye. With a, well, it's actually a avocado dance. It'll work the next time. So I don't know why the URL that you use for the chat overlay was in the Streamlabs sort of super chat area. I don't know how that happened. But anyway, Sherry Wilson, Ivan Victor, Asloven, Ozzy Trisha, and Michelle H, Buckeye B, Little Puppy Paws, and Jessica Schubach. Oh, look at somebody who actually sent me an email, said for Patreon. She said, I told her, see, when people join my Patreon, I don't really do a lot. I mean, like none. I don't have time to do like perks and all that stuff. You know, I spend all my time trying to do the shows. And I said that, so she goes, hey, no need to do anything on Patreon. I watch your channel on YouTube. Patreon is the best way for me to support you. I really like your channel and your great sense of humor. You have a lot of compassion for Jennifer Soto, it says, and victims like her. Your perspective on these cases is unique. I think you catch things other channels miss altogether. Thank you so much. I think that's absolutely true, that part, you know. I think differently than most people. And there's something I noticed in the Jennifer Soto case, and where he went after he drove, he gets home at 10:16 and goes up to the smoke shop area, and there's some place where he stops that looks pretty interesting. So there you go. Woohoo, Little Puppy Paws said. Anyways, thanks for the nice email there. All right. Well, anyways, we'll see you guys tomorrow. All right. So hope you guys, thanks for the conversation at the beginning of the show there. I'm still trying to figure out. Maybe I just need to have more stuff going on the screen or something, and like a chyron or some kind of scrolling text. Something. Trying to figure it out. Yeah, that's why I get so disappointed when everybody's like, the thing is I'm not a big fan of Jennifer Soto or anything, but I'm defending what I think is the more likely scenario here is that she's a victim just like her daughter. And she's going to have to live with the fact that she let in a monster right under her nose and trusted this guy, and probably feels dumb as hell now that she ever thought, oh, they could sleep in the same place, because he groomed her to make it sound like everything was fine and trusting and everything like that. Roll with the times and keep on keeping on. Yeah, that's probably right. I do definitely have to make more videos though, which sucks because it gives me less time to get ready for the show. Hey, thanks, Becky Pooh, right at the end there, with the little shy pair. Yeah, so you gotta think that Maddie was groomed, and it's very, very possible, and thus likely, that Jennifer had no clue what they were doing. Yeah, she said she was, what was the word again? Like vigilant early on, something like that. And then after a long period of time, she didn't have those same worries anymore, because he did exactly what they all do. These predators. You got to look up the stories out there where they find a single mom that has a child, and they're struggling, and they come in and they're sort of the hero, and they get them to trust them. And then they try tiny little gestures with the kid, and then over time they groom the child, and then start giving him gifts, and then there's like this, they give them, there's actually like blackmail type stuff where they're not allowed, if they said something, this is what they would do, but and it just seems to the mother like everything's great. And also think about it like this: how come Maddie didn't tell a soul? Okay, so that means Stephen Stearns had absolute control over every single thing she was doing, but you sort of wonder if that control was running out right at the end there. But how come she never told a friend, just kind of randomly, hey, I don't know, but this guy? She didn't tell a counselor, she didn't tell a teacher, she didn't tell her grandmother, her aunt, her cousins, or anybody, not a soul. And so that should tell you something about the control that Stephen Stearns had. All right, there you go. So that's kind of where I'm coming from. I know it's really disappointing to a lot of people out there. Lost a lot. I think a lot of freaks actually left. People that watch the channel, they left because I didn't adhere to their righteousness. Just their... Yeah, now if something comes out that says that she was aware, then I'll absolutely jump ship. I don't have any respect for that. If you knew that she was being assaulted and you basically fed her to the wolves when you sent them upstairs, then I think she'd be a monster at that point, wouldn't you? If she actually knew he was assaulting her and she sends him upstairs to go to sleep, she would know at that point that that's what they were going to be doing. All right, so if we get to that point, then I'll jump ship. But there's zero evidence of that, right? You guys notice that? There's no evidence at all. And wouldn't you think if they found that evidence that she knew and literally pimped out her daughter to him, that she'd be arrested too? Because they don't need her to arrest Stephen Stearns. He's toast regardless. So you don't need to protect, Jennifer for some trial or something. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't know. I think it's because people pick sides. I don't have sides. Have you guys ever noticed that? Like even in Sebastian Rogers, I don't have sides. I just merely said, you guys, there's no evidence at all the Proudfoots have anything to do with the disappearance. There's no evidence at all. So shouldn't you guys be treating them differently? Oh, Gray, you're so naive, dude. You didn't. And it's like, no, I know that there's a possibility. There's just no evidence at this point. And then in the Madeline Soto case, it's the same damn thing. I think that Seven Stearns is a monster. Okay? So why doesn't that matter? Like, oh, I think he's a monster. But the problem is since he's been arrested, they need something to grab onto. So just like in Sebastian Rogers, they grab onto the Proudfoots. In this case, they grab onto Jennifer Soto because she's still wandering about out there and an easy target for people to make content after content. I could make these amazing. I could make like great videos that have no factual basis but innuendo stuff. I could do that. I could make videos on that. Look at when they okay, everybody. You know when they crossed paths at 10:05 to 10:06? Well, her appointment was at 10:15. How do we know she wasn't standing out on the street and he drove by and handed her something? Huh? How do we know that? Yeah, see, I could just sit there and sell it like that, right? But no, she went to her doctor's appointment and went into the building because she's got an appointment coming up. How do you know that, though, Gray? She just wanted to check to see if Maddie was already in the trunk when he drove by, because it was 10:05. Remember, at 9:44 is when he put her in the trunk, so she came out just to verify it. I mean, what a joke, you guys. This. No, maybe. Yeah. I don't even know the Morgan car one. I can't even remember that case. Is that something new? Jesus. I don't get upset. I'm just tired of listening to the case. Yeah, you say that almost every show, Ginger. You know what I hate was when people say they're tired of a case that I'm actually covering, and then it really just kind of takes the wind out of my sails, you know. I'd rather just have you not say anything at all, and if I cover it, I cover it. If I don't, if I don't, I don't, But the dude that was hit in the liver. Oh yeah, I can't remember it. That was similar though, right? Let's see. Your video on the phone pings is excellent. Yeah, well, what about the one I made today? Did you see that one? Probably not, because I think I only had 1,200 views. I mean, I understand what you're saying, Ginger. You've told me that like 10 times that you don't like the Stephen Stearns case, and you won't be showing up if I'm covering it. Yeah, well, you can talk, just don't talk about the when you say you don't like something that I'm covering. How is that supposed to make somebody feel like when that's what they're covering? You know what I mean? I think it's funny when people say that. Okay, I won't say anything ever again. No, nobody said that. I just don't want to, have the complaining about the cases. If I'm interested in something, maybe I want to go over it. And it's interesting to me. And hey, I did your flyby yesterday for you, and a whole different show yesterday. Or yesterday was a long show about that. Yeah. But that one was interesting, right? Because I went through the whole timeline. And then after the show, I actually recorded the video. And then I woke up in the morning and edited it. And then uploaded it at a good time. Had it upload at 10:30 and just collapsed right out of the gate. Well, yeah, of course it's my channel. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, just ask yourself this, Ginger. If you had a little, like a restaurant, and you got this certain food that everybody is wanting to eat, and then I come up and say, God, You're cooking that shit again? Man, call me back when you're making something else. See you later. And you'd be like, Jesus, what did I do? No, don't talk to Ginger like that. Becky Pooh. That's not kind at all. Ginger's cool. Jesus. But yeah, I mean, she's told me that she'll be doing something else, but I'm just saying. Yeah, but you don't need to jump in there, Becky Pooh. We don't need your extra piling on. And I'm just saying, think about what that would feel like in your own life if it was. Well, it sounds mean though. Yeah, I mean, I guess what you're saying is, like, if you don't like what I'm covering, you can probably just, I guess at that point you don't have to watch it. Because that night I'll be covering something you don't want to watch. And so I don't need to know that you don't like the topic. I guess that's kind of the point, right? Yes, we do love Ginger, Lisa Valenzuela. She's a really nice lady. But I'm just saying, it feels bad when somebody tells you in the show, yeah, I just can't stand that case that you're talking about. Yeah, you don't need to respond to her, Ginger. I think Becky Pooh is just saying, like, hey, if people don't like what you're covering, they can go watch something else. Just a matter of fact speaking, now that I reread it up there. But I'm the one that always gets in trouble. Like, if I bring up something like, hey, man, I sure don't want to hear that you don't want to... I mean, Zozo always tells me that, too. What is it? She hates the Brian Koberger case. She hates the Sebastian Rogers case. She hates the... What's the other ones? You used to hate the Delphi case, but then you began to kind of like it. Like it was more interesting later. Once we got all the, the Keegan Kline and then Richard Allen and all that stuff. Didn't you see that, Ginger? Becky Pooh said she likes you. Well, when you say we all hate the Sebastian Rogers case, what we're saying is it interesting? Not like, oh, what crime case do you love? I mean, really, they're all, something bad happened to somebody, Started happening, but when the others... Yeah, Daybell. Yeah, that's the other one. Maybe it just means you can't stand what the perpetrator did in the case. I don't think so. Well, yeah, let me ask you something, Ginger. What's the reason you don't like that one? Why do you keep talking to Becky Pooh, Ginger? Like over and over again. It actually, she didn't mean it the way it sounded. I reread it up there. Let's see. I have a hard time with the Maddie Soda one. So what is it that you don't like about... I mean, see, when I say don't like, what is there to like about what happened? But what true crime case... Oh, I like that! Right? None of them do. So what makes it so that the Stephen Stearns case is not interesting to you? No, but all she said was something that she liked you. That's it. She's not talking. She typed it in. But what I'm asking you is, what is it about that? Yeah, so here's, you want to hear something weird about the Sebastian Rogers case, everybody? The Sebastian Rogers case has no information, and it never has, other than that timeline of the day up until he disappeared. After that, there's absolutely nothing. Think of all of, I mean, the videos that I've made on it were factual things, you know, like where was the scent route, and that little light up on the hill was actually a garbage truck. Right. But you could have just watched it over here instead of everywhere else, Ginger. That way it wouldn't have been, you wouldn't have been inundated, because I didn't cover it every single day. I switched off and on. And right, and so the Sebastian Rogers case has no information, and all these channels have just absolutely taken off. Even the sort of counter drama channels that are calling out the drama by creating more drama. All of their material is based on that one case with nothing. The Sebastian, Madeline Soto has a ton of information, you know, with all those, the cell phone pings, the data. But I guess they already got the guy arrested, and it's really obvious he's the killer. So I guess what I'm trying to do is figure out what he actually was doing that day. Oh, the girl that went missing with the phone footage, her sister's husband is a sex offender, and all their posts stopped in the groups. I mean, but was he at the house that time? Was he at the house that time? Yeah, but how come there's other cases, Wendy Van Rokel, like, you know, the other cases where a kid gets hurt and everybody just follows it all the time and they don't have the same thought. It's the same shit. Remember that case we covered not too long ago where Texas EquuSearch found the girl sort of in the water spinning around? Man, that's so similar. Just think of that. It was like his dad's roommate, and then he's the one that killed the daughter. So these guys, they just worm their way in. It's crazy. Well, how old is the sister of that girl? Because she was 13, right? Her sister's husband. Yeah, we covered that, Becky Pooh, before anybody else did. Then as soon as I covered it, of course, the lady with the glasses and the headphones, just like me, of course, they cover it the next day and get 42,000 views. I make a video and get 500. Don't you love that? Even though I covered it the night before. Let's see. Some cases drawn out for ages. Yeah. Now the thing is, though, with the 896 pages of documents and more to come, it's like there's so much information to wade through that you're going to find something else. You know? Yeah, we covered that the other day, Nikki. Yeah. Got to show up more often. I don't think there's anything worse when somebody does just what Nikki just did. Hey, did you hear about the 30-year-old lady that was found hanging at the dock by the boat? She lived out with her boyfriend, but her arm was up in the air, so they don't think it was suicide? Yeah, like she had rigor mortis and... No, it wasn't sarcasm. We literally covered the case for like a whole segment of a show. I went all the way through it, showed the exact dock and everything that she was found at. So, No one else has the passion you do, Gray. Your channel. Well, I think it's the best one, but you know, the numbers a lot of times don't show it because they're not watching. You know, if people want the factual stuff, they go, "Oh yeah, I would go to you for the facts, Gray." But what's really more fun is to watch a bunch of the drama and bullcrap that goes on, and all these wild theories that have no chance of being true. Yeah. Well, her arm stayed up because she had rigor mortis, which lasts 12 hours. Come on, Nikki, didn't you watch the show? We went over that entire case exactly how you just said it, too. And she has children, I think. Right? Hey, Becky Pooh, are you a troll? Just curious. Oh, you did? Okay. I thought you were being sarcastic. Hey, Nikki, did you cover that? Did you ever see that case though? I'm just curious. There was two girls that were on a bridge. It was in Delphi. There was like I think it was called the Mononai Bridge. And then there's this video of this guy coming at him. Do you ever see that one? It's weird. Let's see. Oh, you just heard about it today? Oh, well, you would have heard about it for the first time 2 days ago if you'd been over here, because we didn't cover it yesterday. It was the day before. Well, it's just some of your comments are like, I mean, Nikki didn't need your support there. You seem like you're trying to build a coalition or something. It's kind of strange. Never seen you before. Let's see. Even the Micah Miller case. Oh, God, they're still going. Like, we have a Facebook group that we started, and there's like 80 people trying to join a day. Like, oh, what? There's nothing going on in there. Oh, I feel bad, though, because Carolina T was like, oh, it's still interesting because there's this and that. And, it's like, okay, but, I mean, is that really all? We're all just going to focus in on this dirtbag, just kind of this stupid stuff going on the side, the drama stuff? I don't know. It seems like there's other things. But why would she be limp when he put her there? He hung her when she already had rigor when he put her there, Zozo. That's what they're saying. She had rigor mortis, and then he hung her with rigor mortis already in place. It's actually makes total sense. There's nothing confusing about it. Hey, thanks, Shelby Woo Woo. He's not only pastor that ripped off a church. Right. I don't know. Oh, so someone was hanging out. No, somebody. Yeah, right. She was dumped there later. She died somewhere else, went into full rigor, then was hung, and that means, and you stay in rigor for like 12 to 24 hours apparently. But it takes something like 6 to 8 hours to get into rigor mortis. So that means she was somewhere else for 6 to 8 hours or longer, and then went into rigor mortis, and then he put him in the water. Yeah, maybe. Jessica. I mean, he kind of has a strange look about him. But I don't know. He sounded pretty normal. Hey, Lanky Tor. What's going on? Huh? Well, you can. It's kind of hard. Why does it matter, Zozo? I mean, it seems like it's really bothering you somehow. It actually makes sense. It's not. I mean, I think it's just stiff. Like, you know, you could probably break the arm and move it around, or, you know, or kind of force through it or whatever. But it just seems like the person had rigor mortis and they tied it around him. It's probably easier to carry, I would imagine. Because it's not limp, where the body, you know, sort of falling over and hard to carry. It's kind of a weird thing, isn't it? But I have a new rock tumbler. Oh, really? Sweet. Make those agates. Yeah. Well, hey, Ginger, we're not talking about it right now, so how come you're not commenting? Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to get going. I was meant to go a while ago, and we're still stuck right where we were there, too. So I'm going to get going. We'll see you guys tomorrow. I'm going to probably upload that same video, so, you know, I got to make a new thumbnail, one that's a little bit more catchy. Maybe I'll have my face pointing at something. All right? Maybe I'll have my face and I'll point at something, you know, with a, like a look. Let me see. Something like this. You know, something like that. Will that work? Yeah. Yeah. Pointing at something. Yeah. All right. See you guys later. Thanks for being here. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there. Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person that is a crime dissector. I can't do rejector. I'm a certified human lie detector. I'm gonna get you on a stretcher. Even try and play me like a little projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Graham's gonna give another lecture. Crime collector, freak connector, and I'm always gonna be a pop protector. Fool deflector, interceptor, and I'm meaner than a spectre with a vector on his spectre. With all respect, y'all. Just remember I've a temple fucking check ya. I have no agenda, I'm no pretender, and I'll serve it to you straight without a blender. And in the end, I'm gonna send ya on a mission to reveal the true offender. Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. Alright, everybody? Talk to you later. Okay, maybe we'll do one flyby. One round. Just for Ginger, you know. Just for her. I kind of like the Paul Bunyan area. Oh wait, where? How come it doesn't have it? Why not? You always like them. Because you always like them, that's why. And the one I did yesterday was just random, even though you're the one you asked for me to do one.
Hey, thanks, Amy Tail. Look right now. The heck happened there? Ginger Keys. Okay, good. Thank you, Thor. Jessica Schubach.
Anyways, thanks for showing up in here tonight. You know, obviously we didn't reach our goal again, but apparently I'm just supposed to sit there and ride along with the flow. All right, thanks everybody. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm laughing because I'm looking up at Plato's face. It's hilarious. Anyways, see you guys tomorrow. And as I always say, until next time, be safe out there. Love you too. Love you too.
Good night, everybody. Gee.
Thanks, Mary Lou.
Hey, thank you.